can't believe what I just discovered about yawning. You know that uncontrollable moment when you open your mouth wide and take in a deep breath of air? Yes, I am talking about yawning. It's something we all do, yet it has remained one of the most puzzling and fascinating phenomena in human physiology. Today, we're diving deep into the science behind yawning and answering the age-old question, why do we yawn? Trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll never look at a simple yawn the same way again. Stick around, because this is going to blow your mind. Let's get started. First, let's address the basics. What exactly is yawning? A yawn is defined as an involuntary action where we open our mouths wide, take in a long, deep breath, and then slowly release it. This is often accompanied by stretching and maybe a sound like, ah. It seems so basic, right? Well, not so fast. Scientists have studied this simple act for generations, and guess what? There are still debates about what exactly causes us to yawn and why it happens. But here's the kicker. Yawning isn't just a human thing. Animals yawn too, from your lovable house cat to alligators and even fish. That's right. Yawning isn't exclusively human, which means this is a behavior with deep evolutionary roots. One common theory many people grew up hearing is that yawning happens because we're tired and need more oxygen. Seems logical, right? But this explanation is actually outdated. Studies have shown that yawning doesn't significantly increase oxygen intake, nor does it reduce carbon dioxide levels in the blood. So, if it's not connected to oxygen, then what is it? Let's break down some of the leading theories. One fascinating hypothesis is that yawning helps regulate brain temperature. Think about it. Our brains are like computers. When they operate for long periods or are overworked, they tend to heat up. Yawning acts as a cooling mechanism, sort of like a radiator for your brain. When you yawn, you inhale deeply, and this rush of cool air helps reduce the brain's temperature. At the same time, the act stretches the jaw and increases blood flow, which further helps to cool down your brain. How cool is that? Literally and figuratively. But wait, there's more. Another theory links yawning to social bonding. Have you ever noticed how contagious yawning is? Just the mention of yawning might make you yawn. Seeing someone yawn in person, in a photo, or even reading about it. Yeah, there it goes. Are you yawning yet? Let me know in the comments below. This contagious aspect of yawning opens the door for another possibility. Yawning serves as a way to communicate and synchronize group behavior. Some scientists believe that in the animal kingdom, yawning could have helped early humans or pack animals signal moments of vulnerability or coordinate activities like resting or hunting. And get this, the contagion factor of yawning seems to be influenced by empathy. Studies suggest that people who are more empathetic are more likely to yawn when they see others yawn. This means a yawn isn't always just a yawn. It could be a little display of how attuned we are to the emotions of those around us. Pretty remarkable, isn't it? Now, let's bust some myths. Is yawning exclusive to tiredness and boredom? Not necessarily. Yawning can happen for a variety of reasons, including stress, anxiety, or even preparing for a change in mental state. For example, athletes often yawn before big events. Why? Because it may help them calm down and focus. Similarly, actors or musicians might yawn before going on stage as a way to relax and get in the zone. So, yawning isn't just tied to lethargy, it's also your body's way of shifting gears. But wait, what about the more unusual forms of yawning? For instance, we tend to yawn more during takeoff and landing when flying. Does this mean our brains are overheating mid-flight? Not quite. In this case, yawning acts as a natural way to equalize pressure between your outer ear and inner ear. It helps pop your ears and adjust to changing altitudes. Fascinating, right? Now, no discussion about yawning would be complete without diving into its evolutionary context. Yawning has been present in vertebrate species for hundreds of millions of years. Some researchers suggest that the cooling effect might have evolved to optimize brain performance. Remember, in the wild, survival is all about reacting quickly and efficiently. Keeping the brain in prime operating condition could have been a major advantage. Speaking of evolution, did you know that fetuses yawn? That's right. Yawning has been observed as early as 11 weeks into gestation. And here's an intriguing fact. Fetuses don't seem to yawn out of boredom or sleepiness. It could be tied to the development of their nervous systems. So yawning might also serve as a fundamental building block for life itself. Let's now explore a quirky scientific question that many researchers are investigating. Does yawning help keep us awake? This might sound contradictory, especially since we often associate yawning with tiredness. However, some scientists believe that yawning works as a form of bodily reset. Much like stretching, it could help increase alertness by getting more oxygen to our muscles and temporarily snapping us out of mental fatigue. What's fascinating is that people have reported yawning even during situations of extreme alertness or moments of heightened tension, like during exams or emergencies. And here's an utterly bizarre connection. Yawning may even be linked to thermoregulation, or how your body controls its internal temperature. Studies conducted on various animals like rats and parakeets have shown that yawning tends to occur more frequently when there's a considerable shift in environmental temperature. Perhaps this means yawning evolved not just as a tool for brain cooling, but as an all-encompassing way for body temperature regulation. But let's not forget about the culture of yawning. In some cultures, yawning in public might be considered rude, while others take it as a sign of relaxation and trust. Did you know that in certain societies, stifling a yawn, or worse, yawning without covering your mouth, might even be seen as disrespectful? It's fascinating how an involuntary act has different social interpretations across the globe. Now, let's loop back to one of the most intriguing characteristics of yawning: its contagiousness. Scientists have tried to understand why yawns are so easily spread and have conducted experiments involving humans, chimpanzees, and even dogs. Get this. Dogs have been shown to yawn after watching their owners yawn, which suggests a strong emotional and social bond. But why are yawns so contagious in the first place? The most popular theory ties it back to empathy and mirror neurons. These special neurons in our brains activate when we observe someone else in action, making us experience the same feelings. Isn't that incredible? We've come full circle to one fundamental takeaway. Yawning isn't as simple as it looks. From cooling our brains to building social connections, or even prepping us for action, this everyday phenomenon carries layers of complexity. And while science has yet to unravel all its mysteries, yawning remains a fascinating window into human biology and behavior. So the next time someone yawns near you and you catch yourself yawning too, pause for a moment to appreciate what's really happening. Whether it's your brain cooling down, your body resetting, or your emotions syncing with another, there's a lot more to that mundane act than meets the eye. Well, there you have it, the science of yawning, explained in all its glory. Let us know in the comments if you yawned while watching this video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more episodes from the Why Facts series. Until next time, keep wondering and keep yawning for science. Bye for now.